going on, everyone? Today I'm gonna bring you a video with no gameplay, actually. So if you're looking for a match and that's all you wanted to see, sorry, but I'm gonna do the ever-present question that I always get, as in what are your classes and what are your kill streaks and what are your stats. Let's go to the classes first. It's nothing amazing, to be honest, and just like with Call of Duty 4, I don't know why I wanted to say Call of Duty 1. Just like Call of Duty 4, I have some classes that I generally change up because I get sick of them, but the M4A1 is usually always a standard with me. I usually will always use it, and for most part, most of my classes do have the same setup. I don't know if I have any. I still have blue tiger on that. I'm actually going to change these to holographic sights. I'll either use a red dot or a holographic sight. I'm going to play around with the attachments and stuff now. But usually for my secondary, as you can tell, all of my secondaries are spaz shotguns. And as you can tell, the perks are generally the same for almost everything too. I'm a very set player when it comes to perks. I usually don't have many classes that change it up besides the gun, which I should probably do. As you can tell, there's a few cold-blooded, but for the M4A1, it's just a red dot or a holographic sight, and then spaz, and pretty much everything is gonna be the same. It's just guns that are different. But yeah, perk 1 Scavenger Pro, because for one, I try not to die a lot, which means I'm gonna go through the little tiny bullets that they give you anyway, and I like not having to look for another gun, especially when no one's dead around me. So I usually like to use Scavenger Pro. Stopping Power Pro usually is something I'll always have on too, and Ninja Pro. The reason I use Ninja Pro instead of any other perk is because the footsteps are silent and you're invisible to heartbeat sensors. Now, this is actually susceptible to change. Probably not bad. I mean, Sleight of Hand Pro is pretty good, but you know, in the beginning I thought, you know, I'm not going to need Scavenger Pro, but then I found myself needing it, so I started using that. I generally don't use anything else for perk 2 except for Stopping Power Pro. Sometimes I'll switch it up and use Hardline, but I mean, generally it's not always worth it. Lightweights, Cold-blooded, I mean, I have those on a couple classes, and Danger Closes. The only people I ever see this that have this are people with you know, like one-man army and noob tubes on every class, thumpers. So I usually try to keep it Stopping Power Pro, and the death streak is usually Painkiller. I mean, it's 3 deaths, and it can help you out a little bit. I try not to see Painkiller too much, and my specials are usually stuns, just because the throwing animation is quicker, and you get a little, I don't know if you get a little hit marker with a flash now, but you didn't in Call of Duty 4, and I kind of got stuck in that. And for my equipment, Claymores. With Scavenger Pro, you can pick up more Claymores and set them down, which you'll see in, I don't know if I already uploaded those episodes, but you'll be seeing in a few more episodes. So that's the M4A1. This class changes sometimes. Before it was the TAR with a hollow, and now it is I actually looked up how to say the name of the gun. It's a FAMAS because it's a French gun, but I like to say FAMAS because, you know, I'm American and I think FAMAS sounds cooler, so I'm just gonna keep calling it the FAMAS, even though I definitely know it's wrong. But right now, this is the FAMAS. I barely use it. The only map I really use this on is Wasteland, because I am not really that good with burst weapons in Modern Warfare 2. I was pretty damn good with an M16 and 4, but a lot of people were, so I usually don't use burst weapons. I use burst on Wasteland. That's about it. As you can tell, same things: Claymore, Stun, Scavenger Pro, Stopping Power Pro, Ninja Pro, and the death streak is probably Painkiller, which it is. And Claymore. This class is for 2 maps that are close quarters that I don't like, and then I'll just fuck around on because I hate the map, or I don't hate them. I generally dislike them because I usually always do not as good as I would like. It's an Uzi with Marathon, Cold-blooded, and Ninja Pro. The Uzi is not silenced because I do not have a silencer for it yet, and I barely use it. I use this class on Scrapyard, and let me check. I'm like halfway through. I use this class on Scrapyard and High Rise, so I'll just run around and shotgun people and Uzi people, and that's pretty much it. So that's Marathon. I don't have Marathon Pro because I barely use it. I don't have Cold Blooded Pro. I don't even know how you get them. Oh, 26 miles. I know they're through challenges, but since I barely use these, destroy 50 enemy. Oh, damn. That means I'd have to get rid of the shotgun. I don't know about that. It's not worth it when I'm just gonna prestige. So forget that. And I kept the syntax. Actually, I should probably put claymores on that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Freaking. Oh, actually, no. I don't need. If I have Marathon on, then forget it. That's why I had the syntax on. Next up is the Scar, which I'm using less. I wanted to say increasingly less, but that kind of makes sense. Kind of doesn't. But I'm using it less because I have the M4A1 and the next class I'll talk about. But the Scar is a pretty strong gun with stopping power. So is the Tar. They can cut through stuff like butter. I actually think I'm going to change this to the F2000 and screw around with that, even though I know this gun has like super shitty recoil. I'm going to keep it on the Spaz just because I like the Spaz. I don't know if I'm going to change to the 1887s afterwards, but the Spaz is doing me justice. They all have grips on them. Claymore, and we'll keep that all the same. I don't know how well that class is going to work, actually. I've wanted to make this class and mess around with it for a while. See what kind of complaining I can do with the M2000. So this, and yeah, that's my basically like wildcard class. That'll be, you know, a UMP at one point, and then a FAMAS, and then an F2000, and then something with bling on it, and it's a class that just keeps changing. But the Scar, pretty straightforward. Another assault rifle. I might have to make a new video for my stats and shit, unless I can hurry this up, but Death Streak's still the same. I don't find Copy Killer that important, or that useful. And Martyrdom, I'd never really use Martyrdom in Call of Duty 4, and Final Stand can be really useful. It can work out, but I like to use Painkiller. So, this is a Scar H, a very strong gun. I think I have, yeah, I still have the red dot. I'm gonna, ooh, I have Urban too. A lot of times I'm not changing my my camo because I'm not. Favorite gun now, which is a lot of people's favorite gun because of the complete lack of recoil, the ACR, which I know I can probably change. Yep, Urban. Spaz, again, we've already been through this. Claymore, Scavenger Pro, Stopping Power Pro, Ninja Pro, and Painkiller. ACR has not a lot of recoil. You can pretty much, you know, spam the shit out of a spot and it'll barely move. It is a very good gun to have. It's not the most powerful, but you know. And this is my, I actually need to change this class to like a Scar with a silencer and a holographic sight. The ACR is just far too weak. Put a silencer on that too. To use at any long distance, because I was playing on Derail the other day, and I saw a sniper just kind of sitting there, so I, you know, single shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just tapped the trigger, and it took me more than 5 bullets to kill him. I don't know where I hit him. I think I was hitting him in the arm because he was prone and I could only see him from the side. So I was trying to go for the head, but I think I was hitting him in the arm. But it took 5 shots and more, I think, to kill that sniper. So that actually kind of put me off a little bit. But Cold-Blooded and Bling are on that. I don't have the Pro version because then again I don't use these classes very much, and it's actually going to be a Scar now. So I'm going to just I just messed that up. I'm going to change this now. This actually gives me a chance to revise my classes. So those are my classes right now. They're bound to change, and yeah, they're bound to change. This second one always changes, and this one will change every so often, and this one will change every so often. Sometimes I'll use an Uzi, sometimes I'll use an MP or a UMP45. I think I'm gonna actually change this to an MP5K because I want to mess around with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my classes. I am gonna split this up into another video. Now I'll show you my my kill streaks and give you some advice on that from what I found, and I'll show you my stats, which will probably impress some people and probably be like, oh, you suck, from some other people. I can tell you now, my accuracy is probably going to be piss poor, and I'll explain that in the next video. So hopefully this helped out someone, gave you some ideas on what classes to use. I don't recommend using the F2000. It is not the best gun, but I'm just going to screw around with it for a while and see what I can't get out of it. And I'm not the best person to go to about cold-blooded classes, but whatever. Also, I don't snipe a lot in this game. I sniped a lot in Call of Duty 4, but I kind of lost my sniper's edge, as you can tell from some of the Call of Duty 4 videos. I mean, I have brief flashes of my old-time sniping skills, but nothing like before. And I wasn't the best sniper to begin with. I was good. I was good at sniping. I wasn't like a hutch. I wasn't that good. I could hold my ground, but I wasn't anything like that. So next time, since I wasted 11 minutes of your life, I'm going to go through the other stuff that I talked about that I was going to go through.